Morgan is really just putting a lot of fight on him, putting a lot of power on him, and this poor guy, his teammate doesn't do him any favors with this little. This little, yeah, that's tough, man. Like Morgan is a big dude. There's no shame in losing that rep to that guy. Like it's a great rep for Morgan. Hello, good people, Packers fans, football fans, and random internet strangers who just want to learn a little bit about how football is played at the pro and college level. I am Tim Noonan. I've been a fan of scouting college players for about the last 8 years and a Packers fan for the last 20 years. And today I'll be showing off some of the strengths of Jordan Morgan, the offensive lineman out of Arizona, who was selected by the Green Bay Packers in the first round of this year's NFL draft. If you like the video, please take a second to hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and hit the little bell below to set up alerts, just so you know the next time I'm on here talking about football. Without further ado, let's start looking at what to expect from Jordan Morgan. All right, so the first trait that we'll be talking about is his athleticism in the open field. He has a really fluid, flexible, athletic frame, and he gets to places quickly. He has good quickness, good agility, and good flexibility. And so, really excited to look at that, look at what that looks like on the football field. The next trait that we'll look at is his power. He obviously, like I said, he carries himself with a lot of athleticism and flexibility, but there is a ton of power there. And if he can be coached up to keep his leverage low, there's going to be a lot of great power plays that he'll make in the NFL, and I'm excited to show off how we know on the football field he has that power. The third trait that I'm looking at is his hand usage. So a big part of the offensive line, playing the offensive line, is winning with your hands. And this guy has a lot of good techniques that he uses. He's got some very strong grip, and I'm really, really looking forward to showing off just how he wins with his hands. And finally, the trait that I'll look at with him is patience. The last trait we're looking at is patience. Um, he does a great job of just waiting like a python, just hanging back, and when the time to strike comes, he's on it. So there's a lot of examples of this, and this trait, his patience, it looks almost the same every time when he does this python strike. So really excited to get into it. So let's start looking at his athleticism. First play here is a pass set against North Dakota State in 2022. So this was not his most recent season. So we're just looking at him over here off to the left. Big number 77 where my cursor is. So we'll watch this in real time. You'll see him win. He's just mirroring the guy in front of him. Mirroring just is what it sounds like. He's standing in front of him. He's doing what his man is doing. And you just see him move so quickly. And this is a guy who he probably weighs about 60, 70 more pounds then. And he is still moving super quickly. So just looking at this a little bit more slowly. Boom. Gets out there, attacks him with his hands. And the guy wants to come back inside, and Morgan is just keeping those feet moving. He's able to stay balanced, which is a really important part of his athleticism. I've been really impressed with his balance in his game. So great rep here. One more time in real time. Off the snap, boom, wins. His guy isn't going anywhere. Next clip we'll watch here with his athleticism is against Washington. Now this is going to show how he looks out on a screenplay. So over here, off to the left, big number 77 again. Going to start this just in half speed, and you just see him get out to his spot here, and his man never has a chance. His man is washed out of this play before it even begins. So Morgan does this little fake step back. I like that. It's cool. Then he gets upfield, and again, he's going up against a guy who this linebacker is about 6'1", 260, and Morgan is rocking about 320 pounds on his frame. So this is a big guy, and he is outrunning this smaller, quicker guy. And then his power just takes over at that point. We'll talk about his power in a second, but he just washes this guy out of this play. Absolutely beautiful. You love to see it. Let's get it one more time in real time. Boom, gets to his spot. Just really, really fluid movement. You love to see it. Huge gain for the offense. You can imagine how that's going to look in the green and gold. So, next play here we got against Washington State in 2023. Again, big number 77 on the left. So what we're looking at here is a nice little block at 2 levels. So finishes off one guy, gets to the second level, and you can really see the gap that he's creating for the running back in real time. So boom, gets that first guy out of there, hands him off to the guard, and then just stuffs this linebacker. And he's moving so fluidly. This is not easy stuff. I mean, just again, he's moving with a big 320-pound frame, and it's just it's so smooth. Little chip there, second level, finishes him off. Nice gain for the running back. So fast forwarding here to the third quarter in this UCLA game, you get to see this movement, but now he's executing the block. So this is in the run game. He gets out to the second level, beats a linebacker to his spot, and once he gets into that position, the linebacker never has a chance. So this is where Matt LaFleur has got to be licking his chops, just looking at how quickly this guy can get to a spot and just erase a defender. And I'm going to make mention of erasing defenders a few times in this video, and Morgan does just a great job of that. He doesn't, he's not trying to get out there, get fancy with it or anything. He's just getting to the spot, walling off his guy, and just opening up a nice little seam there. That linebacker was never going to be in this run play. Morgan makes sure of that. So it's a little bit about his athleticism. You get to see he really is moving fluidly, play to play, against all different levels of talent, and he did it in 2022. He did it in 2023. We can expect that he's going to do it for the green and gold this year in 2024. All right, so next trait we're looking at here is power with Morgan. You get to see a fun one here. So just looking at this rep in real time, you can see, he wins off that first part of the rep and then just seals. His guy ends up almost on the ground, not quite, almost a pancake. So just kind of digging into this at a slower speed here. The first part of the power that you're seeing is just how he just comes out and takes the fight to his man. And watch where Jordan's feet are. So those feet are sliding. He's not moving backwards. He's getting good anchor on this guy. And his man is not getting anywhere near the pocket, anywhere near the quarterback until the pocket breaks down and the quarterback has to roll out. And then you get this fun little, Morgan, just a little bit of a bully move at the end here. Like, you know what? Get on the ground, bud. And you just see that power there, man. That defender, this is a defender who is 6'3", 230 pounds. So not the heaviest guy, but that is not a small man out there. And Morgan is really just putting a lot of fight on him, putting a lot of power on him, and this poor guy, his teammate doesn't do him any favors with this little, yeah, that's tough, man. Like, Morgan is a big dude. There's no shame in losing that rep to that guy. Like, it's a great rep for Morgan. Next up is Washington. So this one, I love this rep because we're getting to see him anchor down against a top-tier talent at edge rusher. So the guy he's going up against here is Braylon Trice from Washington. Third-round pick. I believe he went to the Atlanta Falcons. This is going to be a really solid edge rusher in the NFL. This guy just has a lot of power, and I'm excited to see what he does in the pros. But for the purposes of this video, just know Braylon Trice is a real deal powerful edge rusher. So what he wants to do is get in there and bully Morgan. And it's not happening on this rep. So Morgan just hangs tough and absolutely just stays up, absorbs all that contact, backpedals a little bit, but ultimately is able to funnel Trice over to his man and then pick up this other defender who's doing a little twist on the backside here. Just really great rep. You see him get out there with his hands. He's got nice, strong hands. He uses his strength well and just kind of erases number 8, Braylon Trice. Just really great rep. That's what you want to see in your offensive lineman, is that kind of anchor. Next rep we're looking at is just, it's always nice to see a pancake, so we're going to watch a pancake. Number 77 right there. Go get it, bud. Like you know that in real time it's nice. Slowed down. It's nice. And of course, you know, he's getting help from number 72 here. This is but he's precise. He's putting that power on him, on that man, on that defender sideways, and that defender ends up on the ground. Just a really, you know, really nice rep here from 77. There's not a ton to say. It's very good. Uh, last couple examples of his power against UCLA. Now this is the defense that's, you know, a lot of top tier talent on this defense. So first rep here, we're just going to see him take care of a guy in the run game. This is a defender who's a little bit smaller, but you know, garden variety speed rusher that you might see in the NFL size wise. So very nice just to see him get this guy moved. Just carries him to the first down marker. And anytime you got an offensive lineman carrying a defender to the first down marker, it's a great sign for your offense that they're going to have a good play there. So next rep here, we have Morgan against a bigger guy in the red zone. And this rep is nice because you can tell by the size of the defenders, UCLA knows that a run is coming here. Arizona is up, so UCLA is just playing against the run here. And so for Morgan to win on this rep, with the defense knowing what's coming and Morgan being able to move his man downfield, just really great stuff. This is what you're looking for. This is kind of, you know, I don't think he's necessarily the meanest or nastiest guy, but he's got a little nastiness to him. He's got a little bit of a mean streak that he could develop. And this kind of play here where he absorbs contact at first, you know, the defender gets into him a little bit. He gets moved back, but you know, in getting moved back, he regains his footing and just keeps chugging, keeps going, and ends up moving his man 2-3 yards downfield. And I mean, you could just look at number 93. That's a guy who's every bit as big as Morgan. That's a guy who's every bit as big as a lot of defensive linemen that Morgan will see in the NFL. So great sign on that play. He's got some good power to work with there. Next trait that we're going to be looking at here is his hand usage. I think he's got a lot of tools to work with. I think his technique is pretty solid already. So first rep that we're looking at is a nice little run play here against North Dakota State in 2022. Like this is really good, just absorbing contact, getting in there, and you can't really see what his hands are doing from that angle, but from here you see, okay, he's getting this hand landed on the outside shoulder of the defender. That's huge, because once he locks his hand in here, the defender's arm can't move. The defender, as long as Morgan has this grip out here, then the defender just doesn't have a counter move. And if you'll notice, Jordan gets his opposite hand and is fighting away the defender's other hand. So he's got a grip on one arm and he's fighting away the other hand. And so there is no point of attack for this defender. Morgan is just taking away everything that this guy can do. And this is the kind of thing that if he can land this against professional talent, he's going to be special at left tackle. This is exactly, this isn't a comparison to Bakhtiari, but this is the exact kind of technique that Bakhtiari used to win, because he wasn't the biggest guy. He wasn't the most physically imposing guy, but his technique was sound and his athleticism was really great. And so he landed these outside hands a lot and just stopped defenders from being able to do anything against him. So really cool rep there from Jordan with his hand usage. Next one here, we got Washington again. And so we're looking at this number 8, Braylon Trice, this guy that I was talking about from a few clips ago, and just wins this rep with hands. Of course, power and patience are in the mix, and the athleticism to get low are really important on this rep. But I think really his hands stop Trice from being able to make a really good attack on him. And so what you see here is, again, that outside hand lands on the back shoulder of Trice. And so one of Trice's arms is out of this play. And by the time Trice regains his balance there, because he's just thrown all of his weight into Morgan, Morgan has a great grip on him, and he's like, you know what? Let's just walk you back here. All right. At this point, Trice is like the guy in the club that's causing too many problems, and Morgan is like, you know what, buddy? You need to take a breather. Let's get you out back here to some fresh air. Uh, you're scaring some people inside. Uh, just really nice rep. And again, this is not to take anything away from Braylon Trice. This is a way that Trice can win. He just doesn't win this one against Morgan, and that's really encouraging. As a Packers fan, as somebody who is really looking forward to the Packers having another talented offensive lineman on the roster. Against Washington State here in 2023, we're going to see some more good hand usage. Again, his man, he locks up that outside arm, doesn't really give his man a chance to do anything, and then just disposes of him. Just get out of here, bud. Again, causing too many problems in the club. Too many problems in the club. Get out of here. Get some fresh air. Just a great rep. Man, that's good. Okay. Last rep, hand usage wise, we got UCLA, and very similar to what we saw with Braylon Trice at Washington. Just another guy causing problems in the club, and he's got to go out back, get some fresh air. A little frustrated, get some fresh air. And Morgan wins this one with his hands. Just look at that. It just gets him completely enveloped in his body there. And I totally understand the criticism I've seen somewhere that you want him to get his hands inside more. And there's times I definitely agree with that. I think in that first clip with the North Dakota State rep where he had that one hand inside fighting away the arm, I think that's the kind of thing where you want to see that inside hand success happening, because it really can help you win. But as much as Morgan was landing those hands outside, this was clearly something he was coached to do. It's something that he got very technically good at, and the reps look repeatable. And you just know he's pretty steady. He's going to win those reps. He's got some coaching in him already, some more consistency. It's only going to step his game up. All right, so last trait we're looking at here is the patience that Jordan Morgan shows, particularly in the pass block game. So when I say patience here, that's what I was talking about at the beginning, where he waits and then kind of strikes like a viper, like a python. I don't know what snake strikes, but he's whatever snake that is, he's that. So gets into his back pedal here, and again, just kind of like with the hand usage reps that we looked at, this guy is so good at just taking these guys, walking them out of the club. So he erases this defender by getting set up, and he's showing his hands here. So you could see his white gloves here are showing the defender like, hey, my hands are vulnerable. You can attack him. He's baiting this defender, and so the defender comes in and tries to put a little club, and as soon as the defender does that swipe motion, Morgan's hands go outside, and he just wraps him up. Goodbye. And this rep is all patience. Obviously, the hand usage and technique has to be there, but this rep is as successful as it is because he waits. We'll call that a bait and a wait. Baits the defender, wait, whew, he's out. And he does this a lot. He has this technique where he is washing his arm, he's like rotating his arms outside, keeping his hands away from where defenders are going to swipe. This isn't the first rep you're going to see this. So again, right here shows the hands. Defender goes to strike. He lands the hands outside, walks him on out of there. Clean pocket, and nice little gain for the quarterback there. Love to see it. Next rep here, we are going up against Braylon Trice again. Another strong rep against a really strong defender. And you can tell Trice really likes this violent swiping move. He's a strong dude. He's Trice is going to win with violent hands, and so Morgan knows that. So again, he comes up, and you see the hands. You see those white gloves. He's showing them. But as soon as Trice starts to swing that arm down, the hands collapse in. Just there, and Trice never has a chance. And it's a really good rep. I mean, Trice goes in there aggressively. He attacks Morgan, but Morgan he times that perfectly. He's patient. He is methodical, and he really does attack that rep well. Same thing here against Washington State. Just the same rep we watched last time. Um, so I talked about the hand usage a little bit on that one. This time I'm just going to point out again that patience. He waits for him to come. He waits for the defender to get to him before he really gets out there with his hands, and he just completely absorbs him. He just brings him on in, throws him on out. And the final rep that we're looking at here is UCLA. Another good rep, shows off the patience. You see him backpedal, white gloves, hands are up. Defender goes to move. Nope. Defender goes to swipe those hands. The hands aren't there to be swiped. Morgan just rotates the arms out, and it looks like it's looked on 2 of the last 3 clips before this. He does this a lot. He's methodical. He keeps that pocket clean. He erases defenders, and he does a great job just in general. He's got some wins. He's got some losses, but overall, looking at Jordan Morgan, you're getting a guy who is a big, strong athlete at the offensive line, which is what you want, but you're also getting some savvy, some smartness, and clever moves that you see on film. And you're getting a guy who is patient and who clearly has prepared for defenders, who knows what to look for in his opponents, and plays different ways against different guys. You saw him beat big, strong, bulky guys. You saw him beat skinnier, slimmer, faster guys, and some more of those like muscle-bound Braylon Trice guys who have both power, quickness, and flexibility. So just a lot of good reps. There's a lot to look forward to in Jordan Morgan's future, and I'm excited to see what it looks like in the green and gold. Once again, if you enjoyed this breakdown, hit the like button, subscribe, hit that little bell so that you know when I'm going to be on here talking about football again. But thank you for your time. Hope you have a great day. See you next time.